Would you rather share all your past mistakes with a partner or keep them to yourself?
That really depends.
Okay.
That really depends.
Let's speak on
If
it,
if
y'all.
if they ask or if they inquire, then I'll be open to sharing. But
Oh.
if they don't, mistakes. Hold on. It depends on the mistakes too.
Oh, okay.
Like what type of mistakes are we talking about?
Let's talk about it, y'all. Welcome to the Keepsake Korner, all right? Because, there is, past mistakes. We always talk about oversharing, y'all. So we going to get into that right now with who, if y'all did not see the last episode, stop, pause, go back to the last episode because my boy Chris is back up here in the building, y'all. And we got to do our guest toast. Chris, bring it in. Bringing it, bringing it. A little bit there. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Chris is back in the building, and y'all know who it is. Last episode, we left it at talking about past mistakes, sharing, or are we keeping them to ourselves? So let's get into it. All right. So, all right, well, let's rephrase the question because that was a part of the keepsake quick fire. Let's try to rephrase it because you raised a good you raised it. What mistakes are we talking about? What mistakes would you share with a partner? What past? Sorry, because I got to get the words in. What past mistakes are you like openly willing to share? Like they have to know. Not have to because nobody has to know anything unless you was doing 25 with it. Yeah. Anyway, that's not what we're talking about. But yeah, like or hey, is there any? That's why it said or. Where was it? Would you rather share all your past mistakes with the partner or keep them to myself? Now I feel you. If they ask, but then it's like, what do they? Uh, 9 times out of 10, when somebody asks, it's because they done heard something, they done got a little bait, and now they want to ask you about it and stuff like that. So,
Yeah, I mean, so like I'll say it depends, and if they ask, it's more so they may say, "What happened with your last relationship?"
Okay.
They may say something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I could share
Mm-hmm.
some things that I could share. I mean, it could be just me not being vulnerable enough in the relationship.
Mm.
That could be something I share. Um, I think that now that I think about it, it's not too much that I probably wouldn't share
Okay.
because it's the past,
Mm.
and it's behind me now. You know what I mean? So,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, it just really depends if they ask because you
Mm-hmm.
don't want to share information that they
Right.
really don't want to
Right.
hear. Yeah.
Oversharing.
Hmm.
Right. We talk about that a lot about oversharing, especially in the dating phase. And all right, so hold on. I'm glad you brought up the word. I love to talk to my fellas about vulnerability. I love it because it's such a hot topic and a hot sip and a hot tea for my people. And going back to if y'all saw the last episode and any of the previous episodes, we talked about understanding. I really want people to understand, Chris, what it is about the men's vulnerability. And I mean, there is no real specific question. I really don't even have one because it's such, like I said, it's such hot tea that we sipping on these days. So tell me, okay, so if that was in the past, you had a challenge with being vulnerable. Talk to me a little bit about it. Why? Why? What was the issue about? Because it's different for everybody, right? And different reasons. Some guys, and the majority of the time you hear guys say, "Oh, I'm not vulnerable because they throw it back in my face," and things like that. But it's different for everybody and situational. So talk a little bit about, because obviously you recognize that.
Mm-hmm.
Self-awareness, y'all, self-discovery, because that's what
I'm
you know
working
it's
on that.
about.
Working
You know
on
what I'm
that.
saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know why? Because he is a faithful keepsaker. All right, and that's what we do. Kenya's keepsake. But talk to me a little bit about it. So, what made? I mean, again, I could just ask a whole bunch of loaded questions like, what made you think you needed to be vulnerable? But it's give it to me from your perspective.
I mean, cause it wasn't. I mean, the situation was kind of thrown back into my face, but it wasn't really necessarily over me sharing a secret or whatever the case may be.
Oh, okay,
So just
okay,
honestly, just being
okay.
myself, my authentic self within the
Mm.
relationship, maybe being able to, how have boundaries or to speak and talk about my boundaries that I may have that
Mm-hmm.
I didn't
Mm-hmm.
for just kind of just trying to please my partner essentially and not
Mm-hmm.
really hurt her feelings or whatever the case may be.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
Like
just my
what? Give us some boundaries.
some boundaries.
Yeah, that you have, because again, like I say it all the time. Boundaries is a new word, and because I even asked my dad. He came to one of my events. I'm like, "Hey, your dad, y'all had boundaries back in the day?" He was like, "Barely." Like so it's
Right,
new.
right, right.
But I love them. But the thing is that we're not applying them.
Yeah.
And so
So
give
I
it to
mean,
me
like
more.
just thinking about it, I think I'm still learning those
Okay.
because like just thinking about it, like I never in any of my relationships really operated with boundaries.
Mm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So and I think that's just kind of really just trying to please them.
Okay, got it.
So and I know at the end of the day that kind of hurts me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
So, what was some of the revelations where you knew? Because again, like there are a lot of people pleasers out there, right?
Mhm.
Or not even that. I'm not putting that title heavily on you. You know what I mean? But a lot of people that try to please their partners and put themselves aside.
Mhm.
Um, but don't realize it, or if they realize it, that they're still operating in that. So do you have like a defining moment where you were like, this is hurting me, like I know that me pleasing my partner and not doing this is hurting me? Like, was there a boundary that was so crossed that he was like, mm-mm.
I can't really say I had one
Mm-hmm.
because a lot of things that I may say yes to, um, within a relationship, like I genuinely didn't feel like I wasn't just saying yes when I didn't want to say when I wanted to say no.
Oh,
Like it
okay.
was just like it's no
Got
big
you.
deal. Like yeah, I'll
Got
do it.
it. Got
But
it.
then if I'm constantly saying yes,
Mm-hmm.
then it may be some pressure a little bit if I
Mm.
don't follow through on something. And I
Mm.
mean that's kind of my fault because then I say yes and usually,
Mm-hmm.
I want to be a man of my word, so follow through on those things. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
That just gave me, again, all the music. That just gave me, is that like the Beyonce yeah, that was Beyonce, not Destiny Child. When she was like, the first time I say no, it's like I never said
Oh.
yes. Yes. And that's good though, because again, I think that that's when people start to just expect a lot from you. And I was feeling a little like listening to you consideration in there, because I hear you. It's like, and that's the other thing. A lot of people, that's good that you pointed that out too, because a lot of people do say yes with resentment, right?
Mhm.
And that's good that you like. I mean, yeah, I'm saying yeah. It's not really like it's cool. Like a lot of people again say yes and really don't want to do it or not. And you are like, it's like a scale. You know how it'd be like, um, what am I trying to say on someone when it be like a neutral or like I my thought is gone.
Like a
But
spectrum.
yeah, like a
Mhm.
spectrum, but I was trying to think of it where in the middle it's just like, yeah,
Yeah.
like yeah, you was
Hmm.
just like it's I'm not saying no and I'm not like but cool, like
Yeah.
And I think, see, that's good. Look, again, light bulb moments on one of the last shows. I just realized that this looks like a light bulb. So when the girl have a light bulb moment, it just, I just thought about it too, because that's where a lot of resentment come from too. Like I said, when a lot of people are doing things and just saying yes, 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 and they really, y'all know I love the word capacity. They don't have the capacity for it, and they get mad, like they just get upset. And you again, so that's good, yeah. So that's what, and it is kind of like when somebody's like, "I gave him my all, I gave him my all." Like I feel like this is a good example of being like, yeah, like I'm not being detrimental to myself. I mean, I'm not saying I'm like finna do backflips to do it, but I'm cool, right? Like that.
Yeah.
But so to go into the other part of it, you would like for your partner to have some consideration,
Right,
right?
right,
To
right.
not expect or to always, feel, because now at that point it's like, oh, now you overdoing it.
Right, right, right.
Like give me a minute. Like I'm give me a minute. I know I said yes 18 other times, but on this 19 one, can I have a break? Can I have a break? That was good. Where were we? Like I don't even know where we were because we always on topic or off topic. I do want to get back to these past mistakes though, because they do have me wondering about if there is anything that should be shared, and if so, because in, I think it was episode 3, we talked about pillow talking, right? And how my guest in episode 3, he was saying how pillow talking, it should be that intimate moment where the vulnerability happens, and it shouldn't be shared with anyone else,
Right.
right?
Mhm.
And so that right there again is, it ties into the oversharing. I'm just like, oh, I'm with you. What past mistake? What are mistakes? Like what is it something like, oh yeah, I cheated on my third girlfriend? Like, is that something that you sit up there telling? Or is that, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But that was interesting. Because I just wonder if people really do sit back and be like, I think this person should know this. I think this person should know this about me. Like, I don't know. I just, interesting. I don't know, Chris, but let me see. Ooh. Hmm. I was lose your partner's trust or their respect.
Lose your partner's trust or respect.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, honestly, if you lose either one, I mean, you might as well call that relationship over.
Okay. Why? Okay, why the, well, you talked about trust. You did talk about trust in the last episode. So talk about respect, because a lot of guys feel, okay, so it's a, and I have the book. I don't know the
Or,
exact
I mean,
topic.
like as far as like if you lose trust,
Mhm.
I mean, a lot that could undo a lot of things in a relationship, and you, depending on if the person wants to move forward, you could change your behavior to kind of earn some trust back.
Mhm. Mhm.
um I don't know about respect. Respect is I mean, you'll have to kind of have some boundaries
Mhm.
around certain things to be able to earn respect. And I mean, that's kind of just in with the other person, if they kind of receive like your new boundaries or not. But
Oh.
that's kind of tough. I don't know how you could so lose respect. So are they disrespecting you or
That's it. That's what you got. This is what I love, because I this is it. This is the fact. This is why this is the Keepsake Corner, and it's a safe space, because I it's not black and white. Like I love I want people to understand it's so complex. Everybody think that it is just like, oh, respect, disrespect, she this and that. Like people think they throw out different words. So this is good. This is really good. So what is like again, if it were you and you were to think, oh, this girl doesn't respect me, what did she do? Have you had someone like that? Or you was like, oh, she just don't respect me.
No, I haven't had that. However, I'm reading a book and it
Okay.
kind of talks about that.
What is the name of it?
No more Mr. Nice Guy.
Okay. All right. Let's get into that. But hold on. The book that I was thinking of, it says something about women want love, men want respect.
Right.
Is that
I've definitely heard that before.
okay?
Yeah.
Okay, it's the book is in there. I don't even know the title or nothing like that. And so that's where, like you said, it gets tricky because men look at respect differently, and they always, well, they of course we're not generalizing, but it's mostly like, oh, she's disrespectful. It's like, okay, well, what did she do? Or she don't respect me. Like, well, what did she do? Did she like, is she disrespectful? Did she lose? Okay, so this one was losing respect, right? That is different from being disrespect. I don't know, Chris. That's why I'm saying it's so it and it could be different for everybody.
Right.
You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Like I have been told that I have been disrespectful before, and for me, I'm like, really? Like, what? But I don't dismiss anybody's feelings. I'm like, okay, if you felt that I was disrespectful, I was just like, define what it is to you, but stick to it. That's what I would say. Like, if that is disrespectful to you, then if it happens again, don't. That's a whole nother topic. But you see what I mean? So I just really want people to again define it and stop throwing things out there because that is good because you could sit up there and again say, oh, she was disrespectful or you lost respect for me because I do think that is different. I think that when you lose trust, when you lose respect, like it's just that's just it. But again, disrespectful, I guess, is subjective.
Yeah. Like kind of and this is kind of, well, I mean it's a relationship but not a romantic one.
Okay.
So like I heard this example about I mean you watch football.
Yes.
So with Russell Wilson.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He's with the Steelers now.
Yes.
They're playing well.
Yes.
Versus him last year in Denver.
Okay.
And just how his teammates and his coach was talking about him
Mm.
last year. Like they were kind of just approaching him like he wasn't um a Super Bowl champion.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like they're not talking to Tom
They're
Brady
not
the
putting no
way.
respect on his name.
Right. They're not going to carry that same energy with somebody like a Tom Brady.
Mm-hmm.
However, you change their environment. He's in a different situation now, and they're winning games.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of just with Russell, he's a nice guy. You know what I mean? He's not a he seems like a real good guy.
Right, right.
You know what I
And he
mean?
seems like a very good husband and father.
Right. So and it wasn't like I don't think he essentially set boundaries
Mm.
with his past teammates and his past coach. Like I kind of understand you want me to play better or whatnot, but don't talk to me like that,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
or don't call me out of my name, or whatever the
Mm-hmm.
case may be. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, just within the relationship, I don't
Mm.
know. I don't know how that would exactly look. I think I kind of got a situation that's so.
Wait, hold on. But
Uh-huh.
going back to that though, so do you think that they lost respect for him or they were being disrespectful? I'm just wondering. again, just trying to define, you know what I mean? So it's like they were being disrespectful. They wouldn't put no respect on my boy's name. But I don't think they lost. Well, I don't think they lost respect for him because they respect him now.
I mean,
Like
he's on
that.
a different team.
Ah.
So it's a different approach,
Mm.
you know. And with last year, he was there, he was playing, and they were losing.
Mm-hmm,
You know what I mean? So, and just how they were, I guess, trying to, because I know certain teammates, because I play sports, like certain teammates, you could kind of be a little bit more, for lack of a better word, have a little bit more of a blunt approach to where somebody else may take it as disrespect. Like, for example, Shador Sanders, quarterback for Colorado.
I got a story about that one. Go ahead, I'll go after.
So there was a clip where he was talking to one of his teammates. It's a close game. He needed one of his teammates to kind of show up and make a play. And the teammate was like, I'm hurt. I'm hurt. He was like, bitch, do you want the ball or not? So I think he wasn't necessarily calling him a bitch. It was just a reaction. Like, God damn it, do you want the ball or not? So similar to that. However, there was a lot of grown men in the comments talking about, oh, I wish he'll talk to an NFL wide receiver like that. And I know there's certain people that would kind of have a ill reaction to just hearing the word bitch.
Yes.
Like, who you calling a bitch? Like, he's not calling you a bitch. He's just kind of saying, like, God damn it. It's, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Y'all know I got musical Tourette's.
Yeah.
That's good because oh my God, Chris, you be open up a can because I had something else to say before that. But that's another thing that we talk about too, especially with men vulnerability and how they are because I'm always asking like where does that man up come from, like where does, and they're like, oh, through the peers, like when you're out on the football field you do something like man up and they feel some kind of way, but like you said, you like been like that, like cook, like what I'm talking about. Yeah. Like why are you sensitive right now or emotional or whatever, we be breaking down those terms too, but it's just like, and but then Adara, I be trying to watch what I say sometimes because I don't want y'all to be taking it out of proportion. But dare I say the grown men in the comment, like, is that not a emotional reaction? Like,
it definitely is.
Okay, all right, like, cause y'all know sometimes. I mean, I'm not a man, and I be here. That's why I be trying to get the perspective too, because I be wondering like, why y'all know he not gonna say that to no man. You know what I'm saying? And if he did, what you gonna do? Yeah. Not what you gonna do, because obviously you're ready for like to get at him for saying right. That. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I don't think he'll like. I'm pretty sure he has a closer relationship with the person right. He was talking to, so he's not just going to talk to a random person like that. Or I don't think that's it. He'll right. do that.
Right. Yeah. Mind y'all business. Just mind y'all business. That's all. Mind your business. All right. A quick Shador story. So my daughter, again, she's 22 years old. And I went into this phase where I was trying to hook her up with every celebrity son that I knew was gonna be somebody at one day, right? I started her young, y'all. So I was looking for all the sons who was gonna be somebody. I was like, who got a son? I was like, okay. So Shador was one of them. And this is when Shador was probably in like middle school and high school. I was trying, like I'm in the DMs, like I'm trying to pimp my daughter out. Y'all not for real. But y'all you have to watch what I say. But I was serious for years. I'm like sending her like his Instagram, and this one they had a show because they had a reality show. Right. I'm in my mind, I'm calculating, I'm like, they the same age. I was like, yeah, start it right now because he gonna be somebody. And then I think at one point my daughter was like, yeah, mom, yeah, mother. It was a thing, yeah. Who was it before Shador? I forgot. And then it got to who else was it? Somebody else. I can't think right now, but Shadora was for a minute. Like it didn't happen though. Obviously, but I used to really want my dollars like, yes, you they gonna be somebody, you gonna be. Shout out to Shadora.
Yeah.
He's still somebody. And there's still time. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But yes, it's about again. Oh my God, it's about like you said, right? It's about the relationship. It's really about minding your business. But oh my gosh, what else did I wanted to touch on? You said something. Mm-hmm. I don't remember. Mind your business, y'all.
I
Mama.
know we was talking about disrespect, respect.
Yes, the respect and the disrespect. But anyway,
Uh huh.
well, forget it. Let's talk about something else because you mentioned boundaries, right?
Mm-hmm.
And boundaries versus like walls, right? Because a lot of people when they do boundaries, it could probably come off as putting up walls. And so you mentioned that you are now, you're coming up with them. You're gonna. How do you come up with your boundaries? Is it based off of a feeling like I don't like that, I don't want that? Like, how have you been coming up with your boundaries lately?
I mean, well, this is something I'm still working on, and it's something I haven't quite applied yet.
Okay.
Um, Maybe it could be around feeling, but then
Mm-hmm.
like that could just be a conversation, just depending on what it is,
Mm-hmm.
to where um it may feel a certain type of way, but it may not be like that. So like just through conversation, maybe there could be some ease.
Mm-hmm.
Like no, it's not like that. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, I don't know if it's quite I'm not sure
Mm-hmm.
what a boundary, if it's just based on okay, I have an ill feeling about this.
That's good. That is definitely good. Because again, a lot of people, I think a lot of people cross boundaries with something that they just don't want.
Mm-hmm.
Like I just like no, a boundary is really like detrimental, and it is something that like it's something that makes you feel like bad for yourself, like yourself when you're hard on yourself. Again, because you are trying to please someone.
Mm-hmm.
And that is just it. But it's put it this way: it's something that at night you don't feel good about it,
Right, right,
and
right, right,
and
right.
the other person does,
Mm-hmm.
right? And the other person does at the end of the day. So it's really oh my gosh. Let me see. Would you prefer silence or a confrontation?
Mm. Um, I prefer silence or confrontation. I don't know
Mm.
because sometimes silence could be loud.
Bars.
I mean,
Bars, y'all. Silence can be loud.
yeah, it could be loud, but I don't know confrontation. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not really a confrontational person,
Mm-hmm. It doesn't seem like
but that's something I kind of want to work on. So,
it.
um, I will probably say maybe confrontation,
Uh-huh.
and this is what just kind of popped up into my head was being a basketball player. And I've heard this many coaches say this. Like they'll tell a player, like, you should worry if I don't say nothing to you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's the silence that's loud.
So I think I probably would want that confrontation
Mm-hmm.
because if this is within a relationship,
Right.
if there's silence,
Mm-hmm.
that mean that could mean that other person is kind of checked out.
Mm. That's good. That is good.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And this is just my perspective. This ain't law.
No,
Yeah, I mean,
I
yeah, I
mean
mean, it could
these
be
are.
different from situation to situation.
Oh yeah,
But just thinking about it like that, yeah.
absolutely. Because again, that's what I'm saying. Everybody operates differently. And
Mhm.
here's the thing: some young lady is gonna run into you. You know what I mean? And then it's so that's the thing. That's why I want everybody to. I want everybody to operate on a clean slate when they meet somebody else. I know that doesn't. It sounds easier said than done. I understand that. But what I mean by that is that a lot of challenges, right, come from the fact that people are
Mhm.
harboring feelings and they're holding resentment. So therefore, for an example, and I'm not saying this will be the case, but again, just thinking of clients that I have and experiences that I've seen, right? You have very clearly articulated that you are still figuring it out,
Mhm.
which is amazing because some of y'all need to clearly articulate that y'all still figuring it out and that you are still working out, right? Working on your boundaries and everything else. And if there was a certain, just say a certain type of woman that came to you, like she wouldn't want to deal with you, right? And I'm not saying this, but I'm just saying because she probably don't know herself, right? Or she be like, she thinks she got it all figured out, and she might think that you are off balance. Like
Oh,
any,
okay. Uh-huh.
you
Right,
see,
right,
she
right, right.
might think you're off balance, and you don't know, and she don't know. So what I mean by that is that I think that a lot of people don't go in with giving people grace. They go in with probably their exes, or I love calling it collateral damage, or
Mhm.
bag lady,
Mhm. Mhm.
with things like that. So again, it's good. That's why it's his perspective. You know what I'm saying? And there are some others that might have the same perspective, or a lot of y'all might also need to understand what this perspective too. All right, and like I said, admit that you guys are learning. Admit that you guys are still learning and learning yourself. So how is dating at the moment?
I mean, it's cool. Um, yeah, it's cool. It's not bad.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I mean, have I really had any bad experiences? Not really.
Mm.
I mean, not on my end.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I think it's all right.
Not on
It's
my
cool.
end.
Yeah, yeah, it's cool.
Not on my end. Good. Hey, you haven't had any bad experiences.
Nah,
Mm-hmm.
not recently that I could think of. No,
Mm-hmm.
no,
Mm-hmm.
nah.
Good, good. All right, so quick fire time. Quick fire time. Let me see. Keepsake quick fire. Oh, does body count matter?
No. Uh, no, it doesn't. It doesn't matter. However, I think it's because that's not something I'm gonna ask.
Okay.
I'm definitely not asking it.
All right.
However, and this could just be me
Mm-hmm.
being slightly insecure or having some insecurities
Okay.
of running into people
Running.
that uh the prospect might have probably dealt with in the
Oh.
past. Like Drake has this we going to go he has this line in a Young Blue song. He was like, "You hug the guy in the club, and I know those hugs, cause I used to hug girls like that when I used to fuck."
Oh, I thought you were going with his song brand new. Is anything I'm doing brand
Yeah,
new? But that's a good one.
yeah.
Okay, wait. That took me a whole nother place. Hold on. So wait, has that happened, or are you just saying like that is a fear that it is a possibility that I might see the guy, or have you
I
actually?
mean, I've actually been in a situation where she dealt with somebody I knew, and it was kind of awkward between me and that person.
Because of that, because of
Right,
her.
right, 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 right.
Okay.
I think both ways.
She smashed a homie.
Yeah, they used to deal with each other before me.
Oh, okay.
A
Like
while
way,
ago.
way, way.
And this was a person that I'm not gonna say like a close homie, like
Oh,
I could
okay,
call
okay,
that
okay,
like that,
okay.
but just somebody I knew.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You just knew him.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
So and I mean it could just be awkward if you do run into that person.
Got you.
You know what I mean?
Okay. So you not only don't want to know body count, you don't want to know who.
I mean, I guess, and I think some women may prefer this as well. Like, if you're around that person,
Mm-hmm.
like you, sometimes you may want a heads up because that person may look at you funny or give you some type of energy, and like you gonna be like, why they doing that?
Mm.
And then, I mean, if you don't really share that information, they could kind of
Mm-hmm.
like, well, why they looking at me like that? And they
Mm-hmm.
might bring that to you,
Mm.
so
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we talked about this on another podcast before because that was the actual topic. It's like, do you let that person know? And I mean, of course, in like what situations? Like, do you be like, yo, hey,
so like
yo?
I'm trying to think. Did you see Insecure, the show?
Absolutely. I
I'm trying to
love
think if
it.
that happened with like that was the type of
Yes.
situation with Condola, or
Well,
who was she working with? She was
it
working
was
with Issa, right?
it was the same situation. I thought you were talking about with Daniel, but he popped up.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But
Right,
yeah,
right.
but
Yeah.
Condola,
Uh-huh.
yes, because she was working with him. Like,
Right.
yeah. Okay, I love Issa Rae. First of all, I do, and I love the show Insecure. I will binge
Uh-huh.
watch that all day because it's so real, like a real situation. So that's good because yeah, with that soul, it was definitely
Oh
awkward.
no, yeah, that with
It
Daniel,
was
that definitely that happened with
oh,
Daniel as well.
because that's when my boy knew.
Right.
That's when because Daniel was popped in. Oh my god, it was because of the looks.
Right.
That Daniel was
Right.
giving, and then he was like, it be the looks, y'all. It be the looks. Y'all ain't got no poker faces. Get y'all no. But it was the looks. And so yeah, Condola, it was yeah, they worked together. They work together, but they didn't even know.
Right.
So it's gonna be awkward either. Okay, so who? Oh, this is good. So who is? So what do you do? Like, what do you do? Where do we go? Like, I mean, because we also talked about this too. I know this is going to another one. We also talked about this too. What about when like friends, exes? If they still cool, do you still come around like the friends giving, or is the ex uninvited? Are you gotta come without your new? Because right here's the thing: the only reason why everybody was still around each other because it was a friend circle. Like so, Issa was still bringing home like come around because it was a friend circle, and
Right,
then
right, 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 right.
he brought his new girl around because it was a friend circle. So
And honestly,
like,
I've been in this situation before
okay.
where I was looking to pursue somebody, and I used to it was like a drill team or something.
Mm-hmm.
The girl I used to mess with
Mm-hmm.
and the girl I'm trying to pursue was on this drill team.
Mm.
So now in that situation,
Mm-hmm.
I can't. I offered that information. I told her what it
Okay.
was,
Okay.
and I mean she accepted. Well, it's cool
Mm-hmm.
because I don't think they were close like
Mm-hmm.
that,
Yeah, yeah,
but
yeah.
they was still in the same circle. So I
Right.
offered that information
Okay. All right.
instead of I mean if she found out, then it would have been. I think
Mm-hmm.
it just would have been bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm. That's some good stuff right there. I'm telling you, boy. I'm telling you. Look, that was all on the quick fire. We got off the quick fire because that was it. Hold on. I guess I know that exit. Oh, again, because what do you do? Like, I mean, do you not? No, you can't not go. I mean, you can not go.
Not go to what?
To the function. if you know the ex gonna be there, or the ex cannot go to the function because they know you gonna be there with your new boo. Like,
I mean, that's just a conversation. Yeah, gotta be a conversation.
gotta be a conversation. All right, hold on. Where we at? Oh my God, one. Okay, let's go into unless it goes into another discussion because y'all know how we do it here. Let me see. Oh, does being overly independent make a relationship harder?
Who's independent?
Ooh, okay, there we go. Who? All right, let's just go. Anyone.
It could be anyone, right?
Yeah, yeah. Let's go with anyone.
I think so. It could
Mm-hmm.
be. Because I know you. I mean, well, yeah. Because if you're overly independent, that means you're trying to do everything yourself, and
Mm-hmm.
maybe your partner wants to help,
Mm-hmm.
but you don't really kind of show that trust within them that they're gonna kind of follow through with whatever
Mm-hmm.
the case may be, or help you when you need help.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it could hurt.
Mm.
Yeah, the relationship.
See, there's that word trust, y'all.
Yeah,
That word trust.
because it's a team. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? It's a team. So you want to be able to maybe delegate a little bit, or just
Mm-hmm.
give that load to the other person a little bit and let them.
Yes.
Yeah.
And see, closing it out, y'all, because that's what I'm talking about. That is actually one of my, and I don't, because I really be trying to define. I'm not going, one of my, I was going to say a pet peeve, but it's not even a pet peeve. But one thing that I value in relationship is teamwork, right? And that's one thing that will, look, the word just escaped me. Start with a B. Deal breaker.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't used that word in a very long time. Maybe I need to bring those back. Oh, because you know what I replace deal breaker with? Non-negotiables. I
Right.
always
Right.
do negotiables and non-negotiables. I actually haven't done that in a while either. But for me, it is just that right there. Like, I mean, consideration is one of them, but just also the ability to. We're a team. Like, you know, the whole term, I can be bad all by myself. I don't like it in a derogatory way or a negative way, but it is some truth to it. I feel like if you're here, if we're here, we got to do this together.
Right.
Like, and if you're not doing your part, I'm very big on doing your part. And it's with anything. Like, you know, we're big on sports. It's a team. The quarterback needs his person, and every like I can't. So it's the same. If I'm in the kitchen and you're in the kitchen with me, do your part. Like, let's move. Don't just stand there. Like,
Right.
or just get out the kitchen. Like,
Yeah.
I don't need you in my kitchen.
Gladly.
So it's the same thing, and that goes into the whole yin and yang and equally yoked to that. A lot of people don't understand too, but teamwork is definitely important, and it's a very big, and even in for work though. Like, I'm one of those with work, like, because here, going back to the word independently, I can do it by myself. I don't want not no, I can't. I'm not gonna say that because I don't want y'all to take that. Look, you see what I'm saying? I've been having this. I have to retract that. I cannot do it by myself. I was when I said that, I was thinking about school because I was gonna give a school reference. Like, for an example, when I was in school, because you know how they put you in teams and stuff like that.
Right.
And I'm talking more college though. This is college because when you in high school, I'm talking in college. I was one of those, like, I can do the work, I can have this paper done, but the fact that we're in this team and the teacher put us together, like, do your part. Like, do your part. And I'm not saying that in a relationship, but because I can't do everything. But what I am saying is that if I'm going to do the majority of the work by myself, I might as well be by myself. Or, get resources from elsewhere,
Right.
or something else like that. And I think that a lot of people miss that. And guess what? The big word have been resentment. Because people get mad when they can't follow through, like you said, or when you don't follow through. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like, can you just do your part? I just want you to do your part, whatever your part is. I'm going to do my part 100%, maybe even 150. Yeah. But I need you to do yours, right? We wrapping it up, y'all. This was amazing. You got Chris for 2 episodes, y'all. And oh my God, because I already know y'all watched the last one because y'all got through this one right here. Chris, close us out again. I know I'm always like close us out, but I just like random thoughts for my people. Like I just anything you've been wanting to tell the people that you ain't told the people or you want to say, I don't care. Shout out your business network. Hey, give us some words. Oh, you know what I do want to do? And I always forget. I forget this in all the episodes. Pick up this book right here. And just open it on a random page. Just a random page and then read it. Just
not sure who needs to hear this.
Not sure.
But be proud of your growth. This version of you has a lot less tolerance for the things you used to accept. And that is a beautiful thing.
You see how that all tied in to everything we just talked about, Chris?
Well, there's a couple of things. Let me
you got so it's another page, right?
The way you speak to yourself can change your entire world. Remember, you're still healing. Give yourself grace. That's good.
That's good. Even off camera, Chris and I was talking, and I was sharing my story. And see, how you talk to yourself, y'all. How you talk to yourself, grace. Look at that. You see how that is, y'all? This is the Keepsake Korner. This was uplifting. And Chris and I are out, y'all.